Wow. We just got out of court, you guys. We just got out of court. And I am literally trying to gather my thoughts. I am literally trying to breathe, take long, deep breaths, because the courts of these United States keep telling children that were trafficked, keep telling children that were pawned off as children, literal lawyers telling the judge that, everything is being misrepresented, that somebody, a child in Scientology that was 17 and a half years old, that was married off to an adult, a grown-ass man, really wanted to be married to that man at 17. Right, guys? Because at 17, any girl really knows what in the hell she's doing. Well, you know what? In Scientology, that's how it was pitched. The kids are adults, so who gives an F? They're adults. They are making informed decisions for themselves. Oh yeah, she was having the wedding of a century at the Beverly Hills motel, thrown by her Scientology mother. So when I tell you that the Scientology parents couldn't be more up to their neck and ears in complicitly putting their kids, grooming their kids and their children, telling them, you're nothing but an adult, you're just the same as me. That's what the Scientology mothers, imagine a mother tells her 17-year-old, go become a slave and then marry a grown-ass man, because that's going to be in your best interest. Imagine that's the type of arguments being literally spouted by the Scientology attorneys, pretending that their client did nothing wrong. Oh, Your Honor, what did he do wrong? She was married off at the Beverly Hotel. She went to Beverly Hills to have her wedding at 17 to a grown-ass man that already had a child with another woman. How many children were pawned off to adults inside of these hotels? Scientology parents, all of you that are out there purporting that you really want to, blow a whistle. Why the hell do you not get on the record and talk about all the children that were married off to adults? Under this theory, children are just the same as adults. Dio is looking for me. I just saw him. We're on the side in case Robert E. Mango comes out from here. Because if he thinks that he's not going to get confronted by the kids that they child trafficked, by the kids that got told by Robert E. Mango's client that it was us who wanted to be raped, and it was us, the kids. That's what Robert E. Mango defends. His client, L. Ron Hubbard, his client that wrote down on pieces of paper, guilt trip the child for having been raped, guilt trip the child for getting kissed by a grown-ass adult. So, yeah. Apparently, the courts of this United States are very, very busy, and, we might not even get a trial until, if we even get one, because you know what? The arbitration, it's still being considered, because it couldn't be more binding to go talk to your child traffickers, to go talk to the people that raped you, to really arbiter, because, oh yeah, you signed that arbitration agreement so many times. Do you all understand what arrested development is? Because go clear that up in a dictionary. Go clear that up in a dictionary so you stop pretending that children that grew up in unthinkable, disgusting, insulated situationships, things that they didn't choose for themselves. No child signed consenting forms and now are being told that, oh, it couldn't have been more binding. It's called they were grooming us. It's called they were grooming us to normalize their abominations. That's what it's called. But apparently the courts of these United States could not be any less aware of that, because they're going with the pitch, oh, they signed the arbitration agreement so many times, then it must mean that they really wanted it for themselves. Children do not consent. Even if your parent put you there, even if your parent told you sign that, it's in your best interest, where the fuck were the attorneys for the kids? When your own parent is putting you in harm's way, where the F were the attorneys saying, don't listen to your idiotic, disgusting mother, Scientology mother. Don't listen to her. Don't sign that contract. Look what it says here. You're gonna become a full-blown slave for adults. Maybe not. Maybe wait till you're 21. Maybe. You know, if you're 21 and getting off, being told that being a slave is in your best interest, suit yourself. Suit your goddamn self. But yeah, breaking news. The court has so much on its plate that it might not even look at doing any trial until, 2028. Maybe then we'll sit down. Maybe then we'll listen to these allegations. Maybe then it will not matter that more children got married off to adults and they consented to that because their Scientology parents said it was okay? Is that all it takes to commit crimes against your children? That your parent says, I'm co-signing on this crime, so it's not a crime anymore. Not a criminal act. You're getting statutorily raped, but guess what? You sign contracts that all of a sudden mean you're not getting statutorily raped. What in the literal living hell are we now being made to witness? Do you know how many Scientology lawyers showed up? I think it was about 8. 8 of them. Blabbing, spouting, oh my God, this is so unfair. Oh my God, you have no idea the due process that's not being followed. Oh my God. When it was not one, it was another one that complained, another one that complained, another one that complained, another one that raised another complaint. Because the Scientology attorneys were spending a lot of time complaining that, why do we have a Jane Doe, Your Honor? She shouldn't be a Jane Doe. She accused our client, the grown-ass adult that married a 17-year-old. They said that with a straight face. They said that with a literal 17 and a half. They said, oh, she was 17 and a half. 17 and a half, Your Honor. She married my client, and now, 30 years later, she's making these incredibly ridiculous accusations, and we should really out her name because, who the hell is she to out my client? Guess how many members of the press were present during this proceeding, you guys? Guess how many of them are gonna write about this? Take a wild, wild guess. Take a wild, wild guess. Because apparently the courts can be easily influenced and manipulated and are just so busy doing the work of the court that they're not taking anything serious. That they're just like, oh, well, twiddle-dim, twiddle-dum, you say this, they say that, blah, 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 blee, blee, blee. 4 years later, we might get an outcome, but this issue of arbitration is being raised, and you know what? The underage children that were groomed by their own Scientology parents to be slaves, to be abused, they're responsible for having signed those contracts. They couldn't be more. This court finds children that were groomed, children that were purposely used as slaves, as pawns in a criminal racketeering scheme. Whatever legal schmiegel contract you signed could not be any more binding, could not be any more. We're all about it here at the court. Imagine the judge didn't even know that the binding arbitration being pitched by the attorneys was to send them back to who? Oh yeah, not to the arbitration that happens in the real world, to the very specific type of binding arbitration that the Scientology attorneys made up and pulled out of their literal you-know-whats. Because breaking news, L. Ron Hubbard, convicted felon, disgusting degenerate that he is, guess what? He never said anything about arbitration. He couldn't have given any less of a literal fuck. But attorneys with a straight face say that, oh, there's a religious arbitration, Your Honor, just like everyone else in these religions. Well, too bad, Scientology attorneys. The convicted felon that you defend with a straight face, the convicted felon that normalized abusing minors with full impunity to their own detriment, didn't give an F about religious arbitration. There is no such thing. That's something that you all concocted to continue to abuse kids with full impunity. So it sucks to be children that grew up in a cult. It sucks to be children that were abused by their own parents. It sucks to be children that were born in a full-blown criminal racketeering scheme that all of these attorneys are playing dumb about. Imagine they went to law school. Imagine they're getting paid to consult the law with their client. Imagine their client is so literally out of their MF mind that they're not capable of reining those back. They're not capable of reining back David Miscavige. They're not capable of reining back the Scientology parents who are happy to leave their kids there to get married off to grown-ass men. Because that was the norm. That was the standard operating procedure, you guys. Oh, look, here's Abraham Lincoln. What's up, President Lincoln? Guess what? Guess what, President Lincoln? The people in Los Angeles are saying that slavery is legal as long as you make that child sign a form. As long as you have a parent that, grooms them to think that they can be underage children signing all manner of apparently very binding contracts that make child slavery great again. So thank you for your work. Thank you for your support. Thank you for wanting to, stand on the side of truth. But, 2024 and child slavery is literally alive and thriving. So your efforts couldn't have been more pathetic. Your efforts couldn't have literally saved any children that's been locked up in a Scientology hotel being told that they can role play as slaves for adults. Just thought you should know. Just thought, in case anybody cares. Because that's all that is going on here. A bunch of people supporting the status quo. A bunch of people playing dumb. How many Scientology parents do you think showed up to this courtroom today? How many Scientology parents do you all think showed up today? Because you know who didn't show up? The Jane Doe's mother, who literally put in an affidavit about how her daughter couldn't be more out of her mind. Her daughter couldn't be more, that Scientology mother who was subpoenaed by this court, but why would I show up? Yeah, she was served. All confirmed today. Jane Doe's mother, Jane Doe's Scientology mother, that wrote a disgusting affidavit blaming her own child for all the things that her own child is exposing, she didn't bother to show the F up. She was served. She was subpoenaed by this court. Do you think she gets an F? Nope. She ain't showing up. Nope. Not gonna go. Not gonna go defend my 18 pages of declaration that I signed at the bottom. Oh my God, I would be so willing to be subpoenaed about these things that I'm blabbing out. And that's how Scientology attorneys do it. They make everyone sign bullshit affidavits. We were writing affidavits as children. Why the fuck were children writing affidavits? Why in the fuck do I even know what a fucking affidavit is? Since I was stuck in a hotel with zero education. Glad that y'all asked. Glad. Because you know what they would do every time a child wanted to kill themselves? Oh, here, sign an affidavit saying that, we've treated you so well. Everybody here's been so nice to you, and it's just you that are out of your mind. Just sign here the affidavit. Sign it real quick. Blame yourself for the abuse. That's what the Scientology parents have normalized. That's where all the adults inside of those disgusting hotels have normalized for themselves. Just in case anybody has a question. Just in case anybody doesn't know what in the literal fuck is going on. Stop playing dumb. Scientology parents, you are all playing dumb. You are all pretending that child trafficking your child is not a felony. Well, wake up. Go look up the law. Go look it up.
That was so frustrating to watch that. Just to watch 7 lawyers just be bullies and do the same exact thing that Kendrick Moxon did. Just manipulate. So that Kent guy, that's where all the allegations with the Child USA is,
Yep.
all that, and they're trying to use that against
Oh, they're
her.
bringing it back? They're bringing back Brian Kent.
That's wild.
Where the hell are you, Mike Rinder, talking about this? You that are still on the board of Child USA.
And he's kind of working with Scientologists, right? Kind of?
Who?
Kent?
No.
No.
He was working for Child USA. He signed us up. I fired him as the attorney because I saw that he was manipulating us. I saw that he was a piece of shit. And then I didn't know all the things he was doing behind closed doors to F up this situation, because all he did was literally be conducting himself in a completely inappropriate way with one of the Scientology clients who had this going on, who kept it all under wraps from a lot of us, except she didn't, because she told a bunch of other people in the community that this was happening, and all these people kept their mouths shut because they were keeping the secret for themselves.
But they're going to try to use him against her and say that she's not...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because apparently, purportedly, what they're pitching is that, oh yeah, Brian Moxon told everyone to erase the evidence. Oh yeah, that's what he told all his clients, to erase the things. Like he might have, Brian Kent, he might have told, he might have told a woman that was literally putting him in a situationship with a state bar that, but to be going and around and saying that everybody got told that, I mean, how? And imagine that they are raising that point. Scientology attorneys, how many times you have a person here, Scientology attorneys, that your clients were having conducting her to shred files so that Lisa McPherson would not be given a shred of justice. So here, Laura, why don't you just shred all this evidence? So talk about manipulating and shredding evidence. The Scientology attorneys just told on themselves because they were having children shred evidence for them. Exhibit A.
And they purposely do that because they have kids who don't know about the legal system and the world outside. They don't know what is supposed to be protecting them. So here I am, they have purposely groom kids like this and put them in positions so even when they get older, they're still doing things they have no idea that they realize, they're realizing later that I was shredding documents that, they don't need this anymore for the case. Why am I shredding them? Why don't they just throw them away?
Why were you having children, Scientology lawyers?
Majority of CMO messengers were all under the age of 18.
Majority.
Marcella, Serial Bob Miley, me, Jenna Miscavige,
Valerie Haney.
everybody
Valerie
in CMO,
Haney.
If the younger you were in CMO, the better it was. If you were high ethics presence and young and could get shit done, then you went to CMO. And here we were, burning records, documents, not knowing what we were doing.
Oh yeah, but the Scientology attorneys really want to go, Brian Kent is saying this. Well, you've been doing that all along, haven't you?
Yeah.
Haven't you been shredding everything? Haven't you been literally stopping our ability to have a shred of justice for ourselves in the interest of protecting kids that are there right now getting fucked over just like we were because nothing has changed thanks to you, disgusting idiots.
So I chewed them all out in the hall, and I don't know if you heard that in the hall.
I mean, Laura got really triggered there, you guys.
No way. They turned a judge's decision. You know, it's so hard to turn a judge's decision on what did they have, babe? What was it called? It was already what is the order called? When the judge already made an order that it will not go to arbitration.
The tentative ruling.
Yeah, and then he fucking somehow
started considering
they started considering it. It's just unbelievable. These judges are weak.
Yes, so they're trying
This
to.
judge is weak.
They're trying to bring it into arbitration.
The judge didn't even know that it was religious arbitration. The judge thought this was like, okay, they're gonna go to an actual
It'll
arbitration.
be good. It works really well. That's what he was saying. He was like, I've seen these things.
It's part of the standard thing. Well, little does he know that it's a fucking bunch of hand-selected Scientologists that are gonna arbiter. And I mean, again, like,
They're sitting in RTC. They are all RTC executives.
where's the due diligence? Where's the due diligence? Because you know what? Before everybody could claim, we didn't know that's how it went. Well, you know what? Lucky for y'all, Valerie put herself in danger again to be dragged, to be humiliated, to be literally abused. She fucking put herself there because, that's what the court is telling me to do, just to prove the fact that they have no good faith. They're not acting in good faith. They're not acting in wanting to resolve a shred of thing. They're acting in wanting to continue the racketeering, child trafficking, criminal conspiracy founded by a convicted felon, L. Ron Hubbard. Let's not forget, he's not an American-bred God. He's a convicted motherfucking felon. So in what world is a convicted felon the one that everyone's going like, he's an American-bred God. Whatever he writes overrides what? The toothless, pathetic laws that are on the record to what? To purport that this nation gives a fuck about kids? Kids being enslaved, being used as slaves. Why are children being used as slaves? Why?
And how could you put them through arbitration with
the exact abusive situation.
with the abusive people that you're talking about, which is insane.
But the abusive, what do you call that? Like, the abusive, it's like putting somebody right back where the abusive person was being abusive, or back into the abusive situation. Like somebody's trying to recover from drugs, and then you go, okay, you're finally recovered, okay, now go back to the crack, go back to the environment and the area where you had to struggle and go back to where you're doing that. It's like,
I want to defend the judge just on that, just because the judge hasn't been given that information about that arbitration. He was like clueless that was even a religious arbitration. So
I'm
in 2028 they said with the court date.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
If at all goes
If at
there.
all.
If at all. And again, this goes against protecting any children that are going over this. In what world are we having to advocate for children being married off as minors to grown as adults that were taking advantage of us? How fucking stupid can anyone be? Her mother was literally subpoenaed by this court because she did write a very lengthy affidavit for Scientology. And she did right at the end, oh, I will promise to come and be, questioned about everything I'm saying. Where the hell was she today? After she was served to come. She didn't bother to come because why would I come? Scientology lawyers find that completely unthinkable. Oh, why would we get her from Washington? But yet they want to get Brian, right? Brian Kent from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Bring him.
That's a good point.
Bring him. But her mother that wrote already the affidavit. She wrote it. She stated that. But no, Your Honor, we really need to talk to Brian.
That's a really good point. And she could have appeared by Zoom.
There's a million ways she could have appeared, but she's a fucking liar and a child trafficker herself.
And what's her name?
I don't know her name.
But also, there's certain things you can't say.
Yeah, I deleted the...
I'm just saying, there's certain things we can't say until we know what we're allowed to say.
But suffice it to say, she was a Scientology parent, acting, writing disgusting affidavits, purporting that her child had a great wedding that she paid for at the Beverly Hilton, and why the hell is she complaining when she was pawned off as a child? Another one of these degenerate parents that go, oh, they were adults, they knew what they were doing. Why are you complaining about this? You were all about it when you were here as a child. It's called y'all groomed us to think that being abused was legal, to think that being abused was in our best interest. Go fuck yourself, Scientology parents. Go and literally fuck your damn selves.
And so that the declaration was from the Jane Doe's mother saying that there was contradictions from other declarations that she had made. Is that correct? Did I understand that correctly?
No, that's what the Scientology attorneys were claiming. Oh, she's making all these contradictions.
Yep, and they're using her mother's declaration as proof of that. So imagine going against your mom. That is so hard just in itself. Like that would rip me apart just having my mom.
Yes, it's ripped us apart until we understand that they're part of a criminal conspiracy. It sucks to be us that we have convicted, unindicted felons committing felonies on us. Because you know what, Ruby Frankie, the kids of Ruby Frankie are not mourning that Ruby Frankie abused them with full impunity. It's called they're deranged. It's called they're out of their literal mind, pretending that abusing a child is a religious right. How disgusting can an adult be making that claim? Because again, we've said it again and again and again. If adults get off on this level of power dynamic and balance, go fuck yourselves, go help yourselves, go fill yourselves with that delusion. No one can come and save you from that. No one. No one owes it to you. But what about the kids?
Right. Kids don't even have that mental capability of having the outlook of your mind going, oh, this isn't right. I could have better decisions for my future than marrying this older man that has had way more life experience than the person being raped, by the person being put in a position where they feel like they are in love with this man that they're being forced to marry.
And I mean, Laura, how many children, underage children, were being married off to adults inside a hotel?
And also sent to Clearwater because you can get married at 16 in Clearwater.
Talk about that, Claire Headley. Talk about that, Mike Rinder. Talk about that, Debbie Cook. Talk about that, Aaron Smith-Levin. Talk about that, every single last one of you. As if you weren't there at the hotel watching all of this disgusting dysfunction going on. Talk about it. Start talking about it. Children being married to adults was even done so they could get a fucking visa.
Literally, R1 visa abuse. This is all the shit. In every way, there's an abuse. On every level, there's an abuse. If you're in a Scientology or you're a Scientologist, you're an abuser. You're being trained to abuse and to wipe away and
to pretend that you have the privilege to abuse children. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. We don't need these courts of the United States to tell us that. The law says that. The law says aggravated child abuse is a crime. It's a felony. Period. I don't care what the fuck you're calling it. Oh, it's a religious. No, it's not a religious anything. So If you have a full-blown hotel filled with adults that treat all children as adults, how are they not abusing children? United States of America, start literally making yourselves make sense. Because your laws and what you do in the physical universe does not align whatsoever. And unlucky for y'all, we're not children today. So you can't just gaslight us with your bullshit. We read the law and went, oh damn, it says that this is a crime. Oh damn, we have examples of what? You know, what's her, Lori Day Vallow, murdering her children and going, oh, but I did it as a religious thing because the this and the that and the whatever. Bullshit, she's in jail. Ruby Frankie, oh, I'm handcuffing my kids and locking them up in rooms because I'm really pulling demons out of them. She can go fuck herself making those points.
Yeah, pull the demons out of yourself. Why do kids have to be involved in this? And why are parents constantly in cults like Scientology always dragging their kids as an enforced thing? You must do this. Oh, you can live your life and be free, but you can only do it by doing these steps of Scientology. You're teaching a brain that is trying to find freedom and love and care and happiness in life, and you're saying this is the only place you can get it from.
You're exploiting gullibility. You're exploiting naivete. Grown-ass adults all knew what these audits were about. So stop pretending that you're stupid. Stop pretending that you didn't know. All Scientology people know. And all of you here at the SBTV space, start demanding accountability. Stop enabling this disgusting level of abuse, because you're all enabling it as far as you don't do anything to stop it, as far as you let everyone have the benefit of the doubt that they don't have. They don't have that benefit of the doubt because they didn't give it to themselves, because they video recorded it, because they transcribed it, because they exposed their kids to things that they were doing themselves. This is not the U.S. gymnastics where every parent thought they were sending their kid to a doctor and turns out the doctor was a degenerate pedophile. They don't have the benefit of the doubt, the Scientology parents. They all knew what the audits were. They all knew what the disgusting grooming courses were. They all knew what happened to children at the ethics interviews, given the fact that all these parents paid to get audits, paid to do the grooming courses, paid to go get ethics handled. And none of them are on the record saying, damn, we shouldn't have exposed the kids to that. Maybe the kids should have been exempt from that, given that they weren't 21, given that the law says a child cannot even pick up an alcohol bottle because they cannot consent to be doing that to themselves yet. So how many Scientology parents did you all see here at the court today? This many. 0. They don't give a fuck. How many of them know what the level of abuse is happening to kids inside of them? Go start counting how many Scientology parents are involved. Because it's the fact that they know that is a problem. It's the fact that they have video recorded of these freak-off sessions. If anybody thought, oh, P. Diddy had a lot of evidence on himself of whatever the hell he was doing on those disgusting freak-ups with adults and some minors, yes. Well, guess who did that at an industrial size scale? 100x more than P. Diddy. Given the fact that every parent that was an associate, a paid, willing surrogate of convicted felon L. Ron Hubbard and the rest of his disgusting sycophants brought their kid and said, my kid is fair game to be abused. Have your way with them. Is every associate of Diddy bringing their child and having their way with Diddy? No. Not everyone, not every single one of them. Plenty of them did. And plenty of them are what? Now having attorneys that are what? Advocating for them. Because what? It took one lawsuit of Cassie to be out for one day, and the entirety of America, Diddy, oh my God, you guys, breaking news. How much of what's revealed in this lawsuit has been published by the corporate press? Crickets. Mind you, this is not the first, like I said already, 100 million times, 5 times they've been accused of this. And guess how much action there is to curtail and protect and advocate for kids? Nothing. Oh, in 4 years, we might get to something. Everyone calm down with your emotions. As I was getting raped inside of those hotels, who gave a fuck about me? No one. As Laura was being essayed inside of those hotels, who gave a fuck about her? No one. Who did something effective to stop it? No one. Who's done anything to denounce that disgusting level of abuse happening with full impunity? How are we the minority denouncing that shit? How the fuck are there not 1,000 people out here denouncing that? You Scientology parents, how many thousands of you are out there? Why the fuck are you not here? Look at the street, it's empty. Where's your voice? Where's your repudiation? Where's you saying, oh, we really did fuck up? Oh shit, we violated the law. Oh fuck. Nothing. This is the scene. Nothing protested. Everybody going with the status quo, pretending they were part of a religion propped up by a convicted felon. How stupid can you all be? Because you play dumb on command. That's what in the hell this is giving. Oh yeah, we just played dumb on command. Oh, we thought we were gonna save a world. You weren't saving world when you were locking up kids against their will. So, absolutely a shit show. Absolutely, this Scientology attorneys sanitizing the narrative for the 10th billionth time because you know what? They get paid. Oh, just pay us to sanitize the narrative and tell me where to sign up. That's the level of quality that Scientology, that literally America churns out as attorneys. Imagine that. Imagine that we keep seeing that. Imagine the law schools in this country giving certificates to people that where is the example of attorneys knowing how to implement the law? Because we're not seeing that.
And they're using the Constitution. They're trying to use the Constitution against the Jane Does. That's what their argument was. It was a constitutional argument today of L. Ron Hubbard and the churches, which is disgusting to see them using the Constitution for their dirty work. It really was.
I mean, again, nothing in the Constitution allows for a child to be abused. How stupid can anyone be? We didn't go to law school. We have a 7th grade education, and even us can connect that fucking dot.
So we need to go file a police report. I'll tell you after. But we can still be on the live and talk and everything. We just can't show, but we're going to all go together. Okay. I'm going to leave my van where it's parked in the parking thing, right, and then I'm gonna go with her. And then...
All right, be careful.
Yeah. No, super easy. We're just doing it, but yeah, just going for sport. But
right, so
we can keep going. But when they come, you just have to end so that, yeah.
Thank you for speaking up.
Who, me?
Serge.
Oh, I was like, Serge.
No, well, thank you.
That shit was powerful.
Maybe I got you.
That was hard for me to sit through. So I can't imagine. I was sitting there like, I just want to jump over that thing and strangle all them and just slap them around like. That was so hard to just.
Like everything they were saying was
so
just
nasty.
with complete manipulation and a lie.
Yeah.
Like lying and being like, and the way he turned to the lawyer
personally.
was like, and for him to say these things is just, it's like, but that's how bad it is. He's literally saying like, we are not doing that, and how dare he say we're trying to delay? That's fucking literally why you're so exasperated.
To put it in your fucking Scientology words, the overdial speak loudly in accusation. So to quote your convicted felon that you're being paid to defend, that's what L. Ron Hubbard says. The criminal accuses others of the things that they're doing themselves. So congratulations, Scientology attorneys. Congratulations. We did get taught how to investigate in that disgusting hotel. Unlucky for y'all. They taught us how to investigate, how to spot an outpoint, how to pull a fucking string is what the fuck they were doing to us as kids. Pull the string, get the outpoint, get to the core of the issue. Well, you know what? We're getting to the core of the issue.
All details, time, place, form, and event. That was the norm on anything illegal, anything inappropriate, and anything uncomfortable, time, place, form, and event. Exactly.
If you want to say that Gavin Porter is the innocent person you purport he is, show us his PC fucking folders. Because you know what in the fuck he's done. You know every last crime he's committed. So
7 of
imagine
those
you
lawyers.
idiots trying to go, oh yeah, but he's so innocent. You idiots know that he's not, because he's been getting sec checked since God knows when. So unlucky for y'all, you have full-blown evidence of all the crimes your clients have committed. So you're either completely pathetically stupid and don't know that they did this, or you're completely corrupt and complicit in full knowing that you know.
They do know. They full fucking well know. And that's why it's even worse to sit there for them to put on this whole acting job in front of the judge that they've definitely figured out in detail on what to do. The whole time they're sitting there trying to throw out even the court case from happening without thinking like this is what happened. This is the crimes that have been committed. We're gonna try to throw out this court case so it actually never even fucking comes up. That's what they're doing. That's what the 7 lawyers in that courtroom did this morning.
And
Is
saying-
it delayed it and extended
saying
it.
what it was, a 17-year-old was touched by an adult sexually.
Yeah.
To say that out of your mouth and
Yeah.
to be okay with that, and
Yeah.
to try to not even allow that to go to trial is so fucked up.
Oh, but don't worry about it. They also cited that she had a Beverly Hills wedding. So I guess,
It's a nice wedding, so
I
she must have
guess,
liked it.
I guess,
She
yeah.
had a lavish wedding in Beverly Hills. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was evidence that she wasn't touched as a child, that she had a lavish wedding.
Yeah, that she had such a good life, uncontrolled or fucking scathed by Scientology. Scientology knows every fucking thing about their internal members, Gavin Potter, Sea Org members. They know everything. They know about the way they think. They know what they like. They know what they're trying to stay away from because they're so addicted. They know everything. They know the person's insides and outs. So for them to say anything like, oh, well, it's so gross. The 17 and she had great like all this. It's just like you're missing the whole point. You're missing the whole.
She had a great wedding. We want to bring an attorney from Pennsylvania to come here, but we're so insulted that you want the mother that wrote on her affidavit herself. I will come and get question on all the lies she spewed in that affidavit. Oh, now she can't bother to show up. She doesn't give a fuck. And the attorneys are very concerned that they're asking someone from Washington to fly in and make do on a California affidavit that she signed in this state.
And that the declaration said that she would come to the court and testify to it was also something that he brought up. And that's what he's trying to do, is get her to come and testify to the declaration.
But no, don't worry about it. Scientology brought a whole slideshow here, down the rabbit hole news. A YouTuber exposed the fact that Mike Rinder, sitting on the board of Child USA, as if he's not safe, pointing the fact that he gives a fuck about children. That disgusting Mike Rinder, a man who's Ghislaine Maxwell on steroids himself. He runs circles around Ghislaine. How many children did you fuck over, Mike Rinder? How many? And you sit on a board, and then you have another lawyer there, Marcy Hamilton, doesn't give a fuck about it. Where the fuck is she kicking you out of there? No, she doesn't kick you out. So who in that disgusting board knew what was going on behind the scenes with this disgusting predator, Brian Kent? How many people know? And they just kept it quiet to really purport that we really want to help the children. You can go fuck yourselves, everyone in that board. You don't want to help children. You're helping your disgusting selves. And it's evident by children that were abused, trafficked, and felonies committed on, that have no education. But you know what we do have? We can smell a rat thousands of miles away, thanks to all the abuse that they got away with it.
And they're going to try to use Brian Kent now to devalue the Jane Doe's case.
Oh yeah, because they really want to talk to him, but they don't want to. What? David Miscavige? Oh no, don't bring him up. He shouldn't be here. He has nothing to do with it. So when it comes to them bringing anyone forward to actually clarify the situation, they know they cannot afford it because they know they're guilty up one ear and out the other. They have the documents to prove their guilt. That's the type of criminal these motherfuckers are. They're not clueless. They're not like, well, we were told Larry Nassar was a great doctor, so why is everyone having so many issues with them? No. They know who their Larry Nassars are. They record it. They tell their Larry Nassar their needle floated, and all of a sudden, all the felonies committed on a child float.
When did they say that next court case? January what?
I think he said 90 days, right? 90 days.
90 days from
So in 90 days, nothing will happen. And, you know, the arbitration's now being considered because you know what? Why not send child trafficked children that were raped to an arbitration with those people? Why not? Why not? And that's why I'm calling out the lack of...
The judge didn't even realize it's a Scientology arbitration.
No, and that's...
which is crazy. I feel like the judge didn't have the information in front.
Well, yeah, because the American press doesn't do their job. Because the American press barely has touched on the subject. So yeah, the judges cannot be everywhere. You know, it's like, yeah, we're told it's a religion, so we really have to apply what the book says. But, you know, meanwhile, all those attorneys are representing something that they know full well as attorneys is no religion.
All right, guys. You have a nice day. Best you can. I'll see you later.
Are you staying on your line?
Yeah.
Oh,
Love you.
love you, baby.
I'll see you later.
Okay. I like this shirt. Tell Hot Mama too, we like the shirt.
Where are we going then?
So,
Do you need to mute?
Mute.
All right, you guys. Well, we're headed to the police station right now to file a report. We can't really talk about it just yet, but
Is it muted still?
No, I just unmuted.
Oh. Hi, Chad. Okay. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. It's just, I guess the next step here is getting the judge to realize what is happening. Is getting the judge the information. So whatever needs to happen, we're going to...
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's the attorney's job. That's not
Yeah,
us.
that's, you know, we're not fucking attorneys here, but it almost feels like we're doing some of the work that attorneys
Well,
should
we have
be
to
doing.
advocate for ourselves. We're allowed
Yeah.
to advocate in a public street for ourselves.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll keep you posted, everybody. We'll keep you posted. This is the beginning, you know. Where the more chaotic and the more intense it is, that means that shit's opening, shit is happening, shit is moving. Before it's just been stuck. So now things are moving. So yeah, it'll get spicy and
Well, things
emotional
are-
at times, but
Again,
Keep it
in
moving.
what world is anyone content with having kids be abused? Because that's what's missing. It's the lack of reaction for me. It's the lack of giving a fuck for me. It's a lack of caring for me. It's a lack of being upset over abuses happening as we speak for me. It's the fact that in 4 years, if you're lucky, you might get heard about one situation, and all the kids that are exposed to this abuse can still continue to be told that they are adults in small bodies. That's not called justice. That's not called anything. Because again, all the US gymnastics going up and pleading with the FBI to rein back that criminal that didn't get heard, that didn't get taken seriously, that, you know, spend another whole wide year, you know, looking into things but not doing a shred of a thing to actually get onto what the hell was being denounced. Well, how do you guys think we feel? How much have been denouncing this shit for nothing to happen? Nothing. Zero. We're just keep being told you agreed to be a part of this. You consented because you were grown adults. We weren't grown adults. We're not grown adults. When children are children, they're not adults. That child right there is not an adult. Not an adult. It's called he's a child. You can't tell that child to sign a contract. You can't make him do anything. He doesn't deserve that.
Are you going to be walking in a second?
So another
We'll
exhibit.
just meet you here. At Second and Hill. We're here right now. On Second and Hill. That's right where my van is parked. So I'm just grabbing my little baby to vape and then going with you guys. And I'm
So-
just actually. Cool. They're going to walk down here and we'll all walk together because it's pretty close. That'll be good, right?
All right, you guys. I'm gonna get off this live. We're dealing with a lot of shit right now. So thank you. We'll talk to you soon.